What's going on, Capricorn? Welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a great week so far. Are you ready for that solar eclipse there, Cap? It's happening about, I want to say about noon Eastern time, so get ready for some change. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cap. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. And yeah, Cap, the energies have been, they've been a lot this week. Pluto definitely kicked my butt on Tuesday. And it's just been Mars moved on Wednesday. And then, yeah, we got this eclipse today. And it's going to be a busy celestial month, all the shenanigans. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you are aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cap. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. I've been telling the other signs too, this deck that I'm working, this tarot deck I'm working with, this is the first one I ever pulled from. So it's been a lovely little one, like actually having one of my own, and it's been really nice there, Cap. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers I like watching, Cap, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I think you really enjoy them. I like them very much. Let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Oh, and Cap, look at you coming through in a strong way there and looking fit, Cap. Because you got the 6th card of Capricorn, 6th card of you, which is the bodybuilder card. Ready to get your workout on? And with this, I just got that new workout plan at Kanye song stuck in my head. Moving on. Because this is the card of power, strength, forceful, determined, discipline, bigger, domination, push forward, influence, leverage, mastery, resolve, intense, resistance, self-improvement, and exercise. An energy that's coming through here, Cap, is the discipline. And so I feel like that with this energy here, whether this be, because it feels like that for some, if we've been maybe lacking in discipline as of late, whether this be maybe you wanted to start out, maybe doing like a workout routine, you don't got to do anything strenuous, Cap. This could be just going for a walk, maybe doing some yoga, just getting the body moving and getting that energy going. Because sometimes I will say, and depending on your chart too, like, for example, I got Mars in like the first house, and I got like all this energy, and it's one where it's like that's like working out has been like a big routine for me. Otherwise, it's just like that energy. I'm really out of whack when I'm not when I don't move the body in some sort of way. So that's something to think about. Or maybe we're trying to be disciplined, maybe with what we're eating, or maybe we're getting disciplined with our rest, or maybe even cracking down. Let's say if you want to get a little more disciplined at work to work for this promotion, or even your own business, just wherever you feel like that you could use a little more, just like a little more focus. I feel like that. And this is interesting too. I'm just thinking with how Venus just moved into Virgo not too long ago. And that's forming a sextile with your sign. And that deals, Venus deals with, like, yes, love, sure. And so that might even be a little more disciplined too. Maybe, maybe you getting a little more serious about love, putting yourself out there more, things like that. But I really more so kind of feeling like in like the more kind of financial aspect of it. Maybe we want to be a little more responsible with our savings. With Venus being, having to deal with money, you know, and just being in such a routine sign as Virgo, I really feel like that you can get a lot of abundance, and not just for just like I feel like this is gonna be for all the signs, but I feel like with you, things would move. You and like Taurus, considering that's forming a trine with your sign, I feel like the abundance can be improve a lot faster depending on where that aspect is forming with. Because Venus brings about abundance wherever she's, whatever planets that she's lighting up for your signs there. So, and not always, like it depends. If we have that focus, Venus rewards in kind, but I do feel like that this is a great energy for you just to get in, just to start getting into the routine. And this could even be too, Cap, considering where your ruler's at and will be for the next 3 years. To again, because I'm gonna harp about this all the time. Getting in touch with that more intuitive, spiritual side of you as well. Maybe getting out in nature more. Going for maybe more just like going for walks, or maybe working in the garden, or doing some meditation, listening to some like, or even listen to like guided meditations, affirmations. Just really, I really feel like that if you've not been feeling that things have been structured, then the energies are really trying to get you there so that you can make, because yours is a sign that is about that long term effort. And I feel like if we start working on this stuff now, you really do reap the rewards down the line, Capricorn. It may be a slow burn, but that doesn't have to mean, excuse me, that abundance won't come along the way. But let me see what's going on with this discipline here. Let's see where we might need to focus on. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on here, Cap. A lot of lunar, a lot of paw going around here, and that's, what was I talking about? Pisces energy. Your ruler's there. But let's it's a little aggressive. But listen, Cap, you got the Six of Sticks, the Three of Sticks in reverse. You got a lot of heat here too. You got the five, those are in reverse, and you got the Father of Sticks, the Eight of Knives, and then Paw, the Moon here, upright. And I feel like with the Father of Sticks being here, the Father of Six is one. He's very focused, very driven. He has a lot of energy that he has to expend. He has at his disposal, and I really feel that this is something where you're trying to work towards like achievements there, Capricorn, with the Six of Sticks. If we've been noticing that we haven't hit our mark, in a sense, like let's say you've been trying to go for that next promotion, or maybe starting that business, or maybe you're trying to develop this sort of like, maybe even like this kind of online presence, possibly maybe becoming like a vlogger, or the, doing like YouTube or Discord or things along those lines. I feel like that is really questioning where we can put in more work there. What have we been kind of slacking on? In what ways have we been getting in our own way? Because like the Eight of Swords, this kind of, or excuse me, Eight of Swords, Eight of Knives, this can be energies of getting in your own way there, putting yourself in like a self-imposed prison. Maybe we've been, maybe we tell ourselves that we're just like, oh, I'm just a procrastinator and that's just it. And we just kind of label ourselves. Well, you want to really be careful about that, because our thoughts are powerful. And if you get in the routine of that, then that's what's going to manifest, as within, so without. And I feel like they're seeing through, I almost feel like with the moon that there is, you see how this is like grandpa's talking with his grandson here? I feel like this is almost like your higher self kind of talk with you, Cap. At least been trying to get your attention to kind of see and realize your fullest potential here with the full moon. And because I feel like sometimes, I feel like with your sign, again, just because, Capricorn is, that energy is just, you're Saturn ruled. And Saturn is one of the aspects Saturn covers is time. But Saturn also covers wisdom. And it's one of those things where, yes, things again may take a little while to come to fruition. And it's not that you're not going to see abundance along the way, but it's going to be those little victories that's going to lead to that big victory in the long run. And you're going to be, I feel like it's one of those things that if you put in that work now, you're setting your future self up for success, and bet they're going to thank you later, in the long run. We may not be able to see it at this moment. I'm not sure how that's going to come to fruition. It's going to take a few, well, I was going to say a few lunar cycles. It might take a Saturn return or two, but it is absolutely possible. And it's just, I feel like it's really, really coming into your potential there, because after the moon, Pa is the sun. And I feel like, you're going to be shining bright and being in this place where others will look up to you as well. But it's just like, where can we crack down more on? Maybe we're, because I mean, it happens to the best of us, Capricorn. Even when it's like, when we're working on things that we really do love, sometimes we just want to kind of kick back and not do anything. And I feel like that's fine. But it's just like, it's doing it in moderation. There needs to be a balance in this. And it's just like, how can we, because even, because there's sometimes, Capricorn, that like I don't feel like doing videos sometimes. But then once I get in the energy, then it's just like, oh yes, I do. And I may not do as many as I would normally do on those days. But it's just like, it's acknowledging that. It's just like, okay, this is where the energy levels are at today. This is, at least I'm gonna put in at least that much, and then go down, because at least now that's in itself is just a level of discipline, as opposed to just like not doing anything. And then once you get towards the end of the day, it's just like, man, I could have did this, and that. Now you're beating up on yourself. You're staying in Eight of Swords, and now we're getting self-deprecate, then it becomes a spiral. So just something to be, I feel like, to be just kind of mindful of their, Cap. I hope that makes sense there. All right. All right, Cap, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Yeah, something to think about. And too, just thinking with Saturn and Pisces, that's it's a very dreamy place for Saturn to be. Really think about making your dreams come true and making that stuff come to fruition. Really, I feel that you really are in a very potent manifesting energy there, Capricorn, being able to tap into that intuitive side and being the achievers of the zodiac. Really, I feel like when you find that passion, that thing that you really set your mind to, there's nothing that can get in your way. But it's that focus that comes into factors. But let's get another oracle on the mix. Oh, Gab, I love it. I really do like this card, because you got the ninth card of Scorpios, which is Phoenix card. And I like this too, just even thinking about that. Mars just moved into Scorpio, so the energy's forming a sextile with your sign. You got the energy that's moving you forward. You got real planets on your side there, Cap. But this is a card of. Oh, did I tell you what this card is? Because Phoenix card. And with this card, this is a card of transformation, internal soul, renew, resurrection, rebirth, destroy, rising from the ashes, emerge, new era, alchemy, transmutation, ascension, and the end is just the beginning. And I like this, Capricorn. You got a couple energies coming through here. You got the rebirth and the ascension coming through. And so this is what I'm saying. If you really were to, it's just like, I feel like it's imagining where you really want, where you see your future self looking like. Maybe this is like putting up a vision board, for example. What are some accomplishments, or even just putting a list. I actually need to get back on doing that too, Capricorn. See, and sometimes we procrastinate, but it's just like that, those nagging things that have been keeping on your mind, like, oh, I've been meaning to get to that, get into that. Let's get focused. Let's not let those just sit there and be thoughts. It's like, let's pick one and get started. But I feel like you can even make a list, as far as like what you want to accomplish, maybe in the next month, maybe the next 3 months, however, 6 months, just on this journey. Where does this, how's this phoenix shining? How's it rising? What is this, what and it may not be something that we're entirely sure of, this image. And that's why I say, try not to, maybe even like, maybe for some it's like we're trying to think like too grand, and that gets to that state of overwhelming energy. Because Pisces is an energy, they're associated with the biggest house, the 12th house, fantasy, dreams, and Neptune knows no boundaries. And sometimes it's hard to take those things and get that stuff into a nice little package and a nice little box for what we're looking like, what this ascension is looking like. So just start small first. It's like I was saying with those little victories. And maybe that's something too. really, like when we're in those energies, when we get those wins, really take a moment and celebrate those, Capricorn, because I feel like even for some it's just like that, we're doing one thing and then it's just like we're on to, we don't really enjoy that one thing, it's like we're just kind of on to the next and maybe on to the next, maybe for some, and it's just like getting used to being in that successful energy, enjoying the fruits of your labor as opposed to just kind of working all the time trying to force something to happen. Then I feel like that makes the transformation a lot easier. This each rebirth that you do gets more effortless as you go along there. And I really do feel like, and I know that this it stinks to say now, but your future self will thank you in the long run, and you'll be able to look back and all of it will make sense. And then you'll be able to pass down that wisdom to the next generation, however that's looking to you. Maybe your own progeny, or maybe even just like maybe even people that you're working with, some co-workers, some friends, some family, whatever that's looking like. You'll be able to keep this legacy going and then making more phoenixes. Look at you. Love that. Let's get some tarot on this, Cap, and get some details. And who knows, maybe with this eclipse and stuff, maybe this will be part of that change. We gotta, there's gonna be a lot that's going on here, I feel like, over these next, up to the, towards to the end of the year here. So your ruler be going direct soon, in a couple of months. So, well, not even a couple of months, in like a little under a month now, Cap. So things are gonna start moving again. So really take this time and reflect now, because you are in a very reflective energy right now, but you can make the most of that. Thank you. She's going down a lot too, Cap. Alright, so you have the Daughter of Baskets and the Daughter of Knives in reverse, and then you have the Three of Coins and the Two of Coins. Oh, excuse me. Three of Coins and then the Two of Sticks upright. And, I feel like this is great energy for you to start really getting a game plan here, Capricorn, with this Two of Wands. Where do you see your energy going through next? Because you got it's like the Three of Wands. I feel like that's in reverse right now. We're not sure where this journey is going because we haven't we haven't really picked a discipline yet. Pick the thing to really kind of focus on. Really figure out what's really resonating with you, what works and what doesn't, and I like this too, Capricorn. So I feel like I like how this Three of Coins here, she's got this crystal ball in the middle here. It's like she's scrying. She's really kind of being intentional with where her energies are at. What does she see in herself? And it's not necessarily that you're taking up scrying, Capricorn, but again, this could be, again, you're in the energy for that. So for doing, getting into more sort of like tapping into that psychic aspect of yourself there, because being the sea goat, Capricorn, that tail is meant to, you're able to tap into those waters, that intuitive water there. And as mountain goats, they can scale any kind of mountain there, but it takes a real innovator, I feel like, to scale a mountain with with a fish tail. But I just feel like try not to let this thing overwhelm you, Capricorn, because I feel like sometimes that maybe that those ideas of success and things, maybe your dreams, especially right now, have been so grand that it's just becoming too much, and we're might be feeling some kind of way, might be feeling, and I know your sign is not really an emotional sign, but Capricorn, just because you can turn that stuff off and kind of put it to the side, that doesn't mean that it's not there. That just means that it's kind of festering. And maybe even for some, it's just like that we haven't had a chance to just sort of kind of feel this sense of overwhelm. Maybe things have just been kind of building up for a while, and there's a need for a release, in a sense. In some ways, to kind of channel that energy constructively could be, again, maybe doing some sort of physical activity. Maybe this, again, it doesn't have to be anything strenuous. This could be maybe doing some kickboxing, or maybe even just flailing around the room, doing some dancing, whatever that's looking like. But focus seems to really be the name of the game here. And you know what? I feel like it's paying attention too. It's just like where your thoughts are at, and where your feelings are at. What have been Has there been things that have been causing you turmoil, and what does that kind of look like? But let me get a little bit more on this Daughter of Baskets and see what's going on with her. Because I also feel with this, you know, this Daughter of Baskets is a person. She's from if I'm remembering correctly, she's from Salem, and she knows. I feel like there's like an intuitive side that we may not be tapping into as well, there, Capricorn. But let me get a little bit more on that. It's like we may be kind of denying messages here, but let's see what's going on here. All right, so you have Dr. Buzzard in reverse, and that's the Justice card, and then you have the Four of Knives upright. And I do feel like there's a need to kind of just like relax, relax your mind for a little bit. We're not talking procrastinating, but like being more kind of, I feel like even more disciplined in our manifestation, even being very intentional, really kind of getting in the idea of like visualizations and, and like affirmations and things like that, and then because that's something too that I've even noticed, like just for myself personally, when I'm going to do like meditations and things, it's hard sometimes when you got the mind, when the mind's kind of swimming around and things are just a little out of balance. But I feel like when you are very intentional with where you're at, things really start coming to effect here. And the Dr. Buzzard is a card of cause and effect, and I feel like it's going to be one of those things, especially with how this energy is coming up in. What you put in is what you're going to get back, and that's going to be, I feel like, really going to be a very key factor into what's coming for you. Probably not even just in the next week, but just for. I really feel like, especially when Saturn goes direct, I want to say on the 4th of November is where things, I feel like, really are, we're going to get to business and really start being in a very potent type of manifesting type of energy. So again, take this time right now to really kind of get your thoughts in order, get a game plan. And before you know it, I feel like things are going to start moving in a way that you're in the direction that you're wanting to, Cap. All right. All right, let's move that over here. And let's get your last cards. All right, last card, Oracle card here, Cap. And look at you, Innovator. You got the third card of Leo's, which is the Inventor card. And with this is a card of innovation, imagination, creative, gadgets, technology, groundbreaking developments, okay to fail, do it again and again, inspired ideas, setting trends, mastermind, and modern era. And the energy that's coming through here, Capricorn, is the imagination. And so, and again, you're in Pisces is probably the most imaginative sign, just because they have that access with Neptune, and then couple that with Jupiter and that expansive energy. There is no limits. It would be honestly between them and Leo, I would feel, as far as like most creative, probably, but it's not a competition. But here's the thing, though. I feel like, what, I take that back. It is a competition with yourself there, Capricorn. How can you be better than you were the day before? That discipline is coming down through there. It's just like in being, I feel like allowing yourself to be more imaginative, more innovative, really kind of thinking outside of the box, as far as like what it is, because we are getting, And it is a little down the line, but we're almost towards the end of the year, Capricorn. And starting next year in January, Pluto's going to move into Aquarius, and Aquarius is the sign of innovation. So you're going to have that energy coupled with the fact that you're with Saturn and Pisces. So it's just like what you can do is going to be insane. Look at this inventor. What you cooking up there? And I feel like I feel like it's allowing your imagination to kind of run wild a little bit, not get lost in it, but really kind of see like, because when I even think about Leo energy, it's like there's that they deal with that kind of, they have that childlike energy in a sense, and I feel like it's like thinking about what you imagined as a child. What is it that you wanted to be? What was your big passion? My big thing was my first. I had a list of three things that I wanted to be when I was a kid. But my very first one was an astronaut, and which I mean, who's isn't probably an ad. I feel like that's a very popular one, and I may not be floating in space quite just yet, but I'm dancing amongst the cards here and doing astrology, and it's just like it's my inner child's happy. We like the direction that we're going, and I feel like that's where it's getting to. It may not be quite the typical astronaut, but it is some form of working with the stars and working with the energies and being attuned to the planets, and that's what I feel like the space needs is trying to get you to, Capricorn. Really kind of, yeah, just really thinking outside of the box, creating a whole new box. But let me get your last tarot cards here so I can get you out of here. Thank you. All right, Cap. Last little bit here. Oh, speaking of innovation, there's Uranus. Love it. All right, Capricorn. So you have the Daughter of Coins and the Son of Baskets in reverse, and you have the Free Man, the Fool, the Courting card, which is the Lovers, and then you have the Five of Sticks upright. And let's switch back over here, Capricorn. Because with this five of sticks being here, I almost feel like that there's this energy of there's some conflicting energy. I feel like that's getting in the way of your manifesting. It feels like that this. I'm just seeing that back here. There's some looks like there's some people or maybe even some spirits back here that are kind of that look like they're kind of gossiping here, Capricorn. And this could be maybe physical people, maybe in like our work environment, or maybe even amongst our friends or something. That is something in this energy that I feel like is keeping you from just really getting started and from really just manifesting greatness. And it's got you in a way. I feel like for some that is there's this frustrated energy, or this like it's not quite giving me emotional, but it does whatever this conflict is. I do feel like it's got you feeling some kind of way. And with the courting card, I feel like we have a choice, as far as like what can we do in order to free ourselves up from this situation here. The Five of Sticks is not just meant to be a card that just there's just conflict about and we just got to deal with it. When we have conflict, the energies are trying to get us to get things back in balance. Dr. Buzzard, how do we what actions do we need to take? Choices do we need to make in order to resolve this? And so this might be something where, let's say, and I've never tell you quit your job, Capricorn. If this is like a work thing, maybe this is seeing if maybe we can switch our hours around so we're not in that kind of toxic energy. Or it could be, thinking about shifting careers altogether. Another option, just putting options out there for you, Cap. Or this could be, if it's like a friend group, putting up boundaries, whatever that's looking like, but Uranus, the free man. This is one of Aquarius's rulers. We were just talking about them being in that innovative energy and thinking about the future and seeing, and embracing the ideas that there are changes that are coming. And I feel like they're going to be really, I feel like it's only going to be a lot if we're not working towards our highest vibration, which I feel like that's usually the story. But there are, I feel like, splendid changes that are going to be taking place there, Capricorn. And it's just like, it's starting to ride that wave and really kind of tap into that imagination, get a little more discipline, a little more focus, and then evolve. Rise as a phoenix, learn, grow, turn into ashes, and then rise up again. Come back stronger, more resilient, more focused, more driven. So I like that. I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cap. So something to think about. But if you like that, or if something resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Capricorns. I feel like this is a very inspiring type of energy here, and I feel like all Capricorns, if you're in a, I feel like when Capricorn is in an inspired type of energy, look out, because I mean you're manifesting mountains. You're just empires. It's just, it's sick. I remember talking with a Capricorn a little while back, and they said they don't quite feel that hard worker, that innovator. But you know what? When I feel like really, when you really feel, I feel like it's just maybe you haven't found that thing. If that's something that's resonating with you, just because that passion that's missing, that thing that keeps your brain a turning, that's really pushing you in not just a physical way, but in like a mental way, spiritual way. It's everything. A lot of things I feel need to line up there, Cap. But we already shared this, so subscribe there, you innovator. Hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. And then, lastly, Cap, if you got any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Charity Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, because I tell you what, yeah, Paul has been popping up quite a bit, so it's very fascinating. Pisces has been busy. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here, Cap. And here's Big Papa Jupiter. And well, really, here's I should probably be mindful of that since they all do have names. You got Aunt Caroline here in reverse, which is the Wheel of Fortune here, Capricorn. And if things have been feeling stuck, or you haven't been feeling abundant, it's just like it's analyzing what's been keeping you stuck in a cycle. Is it because we haven't been disciplined? Has it been, the people around us? Has it been maybe even the environment that we're in? Because, even the Three of Sticks, there's this, that can be an energy of travel and, expanding your world. And maybe that's something we need to do, kind of get out of a comfort zone and kind of grow and see. Because, Jupiter being in Taurus, also another planet, forming a trine with your sign. Is going to be, depending on where your placement's at, he's going to be doing that over the next year. So, well, a little less than that now. But, when the planet of abundance and trine energy is very fast moving, especially when you start getting things cooking there, Cap. So, just something to think about. Now, let's get your, and they rule over Pisces. So, let's get your, that's all I gotta say about that. Let's get your surprise card, or your oracle card here so I can get you out of here. Thank you. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Cap, interesting. Who else got this? I want to say either Libra. I think it was Libra that got this too. But you got the Yang card here, Cap. Gives me very Emperor vibes. This Yang is that masculine energy. And I feel like that it's taking that abundance that you produce with the yin energy, and then it's just like fueling that, doing more with that, feeling inspired, taking that phoenix energy and really the phoenix rising, and just going for it, really. Because even thinking too, the first card, because the free man, the fool is the zero of the zero card. The first card, this is magician energy, yang. The scene that's the first, number one card, and so, like I was saying, you are in a very kind of potent manifesting energy here over these next few years. This really is to help you get stuff charging up here. Now, since I was talking about Emperor energy, after Aries, Saturn's going to be moving into, or excuse me, after Pisces, Saturn moves right back into Aries in 2025, and I see it's a few years out. So you have time, Capricorn, and I feel there's like, try not to let that stress you out, but let that be. Let's make the most of this time, and really get stuff cooking up here, Cap. So I'm with it. But you stay safe out there, Capricorn. Stay focused, stay driven, always growing. Raise your vibration through the roof. Because you'll be ready to, I feel like you focus on this stuff here, Capricorn, you're going to level up. This is Ascension coming, Phoenix rising, and I feel like that's great for everyone, but I feel like that's really great for a Capricorn. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.